Hi guys and welcome to my channel. It's Hila here, Saturday Night Stitching. Thank you so much for tuning in and I hope that you're having a fantastic day wherever you are. Today's post is kind of like a fabric haul slash sewing plan slash kind of chatty catch-up type of video because I'm actually realizing I quite like doing the chatty type of videos. Okay, so we're in October now and the kids have been at school for 4 weeks in total without any bubbles popping, because I'm not sure how they're handling it in other parts of the world, but basically here in England, the north of England in particular, they've got bubbles. My children go to a small school where one class is 1 year group and each class is a bubble. So if anybody's household displays coronavirus symptoms or whatever, it means that the bubble pops and it's an automatic 2 week isolation. And for my kids, it means that the child who's in year 6 impacts all of the others as well. So if one of us gets in contact with somebody that has got COVID, the entire household has to shut down, which means that for me, I'm no longer going to the gym because I don't want to be the one that tells my kids that you can't go to school because mama had to go to Zumba and the Zumba instructor tested positive for coronavirus. So I'm completely avoiding any situations that might cause, through tracking and tracing, that might cause me to be the one that makes them not go to school. I'm trying that as much as possible because I think it would be easier for them to understand if somebody within their school, within their class, causes a bubble to pop. So I've been doing a lot of home exercising, which has been quite cool, quite awesome. It's quite frustrating though because I took out a 1 year contract. My gym contract is a yearly one and I can't go because of that. But never mind. So that's what has been happening. I've been adding to my sewing magazine collection. I've been doing a lot of browsing around, trying to see what's what there, and making a lot of autumn winter sewing plans, particularly around having loungewear that also looks cute enough for me to do a school run in. So that's been a lot of fun, and I'm gonna show you what I'm up to there. So I'm gonna start off with the sewing magazines that I've been getting. So as you all know, or you may not know, I'm a birder completist, which means that I want every single 12 issues of a year if I have that year. So one of the years that I'm trying to plug is 2013. I've got most of 2014, all of 2015, and 2016 onwards, because that's when I started the subscription. But 2013, I finally managed to find a June 2013, which I picked up on eBay. And that was pretty awesome. Separately, I've been losing a lot of auctions on eBay on birder style of late. Have you guys been buying birder magazines on eBay? But yeah, I have just lost a crazy number of auctions because I haven't been around at the end of it and I put in my maximum bid and it's just gone just like that. So I was very happy. I did a happy dance when I got this. So I'm now down to, I think I've only got 3 left to finish my 2013 issue. Is 2020 going to be the year I finish my 2013 birder? I don't know. But yeah, I got this one, very happy. Luckily for me, despite the fact that I'm just a completist, regardless of whether the issue is going to be good or not, I just want it in my collection. This is a banging issue and there's at least 4 or 5 patterns that I hope to get done within the next 6 months or so. So I was very happy. Happy, happy, happy mama. The next thing that I got was the October Women's Magazine from Autumn Winter 5 2018. Now this is a banging issue. If you like a casual lounge, smart casual style that uses a lot of knit fabrics, because most of the patterns in here you could definitely make them with like pontes or heavier weight knits, as well as patterns that you can make with your traditional t-shirt type weight fabrics. Every single pattern in here I would make, every single thing in here goes together, and because I'm working on a winter capsule wardrobe, this automatically came to mind. I had seen this at a friend's house before several months ago, but I just hadn't thought that I would need it on top of my birder. But after I'd been flipping through my birder trying to find very specific type of cardigan with a hoodie and I wasn't finding it, I just remembered that this one had it. Looked it up and I was like, yep, need this. Clicked to buy and I got it within 1 week from Finland, which is really good service from October. I expect that anyway because I have been buying from them quite a lot. So yeah, great addition. I will do a browse through and share with you my sewing plans because I've got things that I'm going to be sewing from this within the next 6 weeks or so, because this is a strong part of my autumn winter capsule collection. And then the other one, of course, I've done the browse through already for this. It's the Knit Mode September 2020, or Berda Extra, or Fashion Style, or Lamia, I think it's called in French. And this is a banging, banging issue. I've already traced 2 patterns ready to cut out, and I'm going to be getting them done very soon. So those were the sewing magazines that I added to my collection that I'm super excited about. Now, in terms of the fabrics, I didn't actually quite realize how much of a theme I had going until all of the fabrics had arrived and they'd piled up, and I was like, I'm noticing something, and see if you can spot it. We're going to start off with a fabric that didn't quite please me. It's not often that I will order fabric online and what I get doesn't match my expectation. I don't want to brag or anything, but yeah, I'm going to brag. I am going to brag. But I'm quite good at online fabric shopping. I really am quite good. Like when I check the percentages of how much I get online and the ones that don't work out well for me, it's very small, very small. But this one, I'm not going to say it's a big disappointment per se, but it's not quite the type of jersey that I thought it would be. And this is a jersey. Now, color, it gets points for color. So I'm kind of going through a nude color, Renaissance era, period, eon. I don't know what it is, but I've been buying up a lot of nude colored lipsticks and I'm loving them. And I've noted that quite a lot of the fabrics that I chose are on those tones. But look at this, right? It's like a muted burgundy, but I love it. I love the color. It's a cotton jersey, but it's one of those cotton jerseys that don't have an awful lot of stretch. It doesn't have an awful lot of stretch to it, so it kind of rules out the more fitted styles. And the drape isn't quite what I would want, so it's going to be challenging to figure out what I can make with this. But yeah, so it's not terrible, but it isn't what I expected to be. So it's taking quite a while for it to kind of solidify into what I want it to be. And whatever it is, it can't be a figure hugging, a figure fitting type of top, which is what I had in mind when I ordered it. I wanted to do like a twisted top, you know, one of those that's got the twisted thing so that it can make me look, it can make my flat chest look a little bit, you know, more padded out. But I feel like I can't do that. It just doesn't have the stretch for that. So I kind of have to figure out what I could make it work with. So this was the first one that I got. The second one that I have, I already showed this during the Knit Mode browse through, but this is a Lady Melroy linen look crepe fabric, and it is gorgeous. Now it comes in 2 colorways. It comes in a navy and a pink. I was so tempted to get the navy, but I have so many navy based sewing projects at the moment. I was like, no, let's get the blush pink. And this has got peacocks and it's called the Queen of Heavens, and that's because Hera, sister wife of Zeus, who's the Queen of the Heavens, if you follow Greek or Roman mythology, her bird was the peacock, so that's why this is called Queen of the Heavens. But I love it. It's got such a delicate feel to it, and the pattern that I've chosen is from the Knit Mode 9 2020, and it's a tent style dress with some fitted bodice, and it's got a pussy bow blouse, so it's just gonna be fabulous. It has the drape for it. So that was that one. And then the other one is a viscose jersey that I'm going to use to make a lounge wear set, because I'm missing a lot of lounge wear. Here we go. Posies, rose posies. I love flowers, absolutely love flowers. And it's again against a dusky pink background. This has got beautiful drape. I love this fabric. I am very much in danger of becoming precious with this fabric, because sometimes I'm sitting there, I'm thinking, yeah, it will make a nice lounge set with those pajama type trousers, but it could make a really nice twist front dress, or it could make a really nice wrap dress. And so for me, that's always a bit of a dangerous zone when a fabric excites me so much and it wants to be a lot of things. That's when I start to think, am I doing the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Am I committing correctly here? Should I marry you to this pattern? So I definitely need to cut into this straight away before I get too precious, but it's really, really beautiful and really gorgeous. And I love it. Just look at those colors. Look at that. Let me show you. So this is the posy that really got me. It's got this tiny, tiny little flowers. Oh, yeah, beautiful, beautiful fabric. So yeah, excited to make a lounge set. And one of the patterns for the trousers is from Better 10 2020. Okay, and then we have it's a very lightweight knit style fabric, but it's textural. That's the reason why I chose this, because I want to add more texture to my sewing, and this is something that I've been trying to do as part of like my sewing goal for the last couple of years or so, is to add more texture, and I quite liked this. And the idea for this one is to make a long cardigan that I can wear, especially in sort of like in autumn or in spring, when it's not quite warm enough to go out without a cardigan, but you just need like a second layer, but not too thick. And I think that this would work really well for that. So there we go. So it's got some stretch to it, and it's got the holes, the crochet things. I think if you wanted to make a dress with this, you probably could, or a skirt, but you'd need to line it so that it's not entirely 100% see-through. So that's going to be a fun one. And the pattern that I'm going to use for this is from an Otobri, like a super long thing, and it's got like pockets and everything. It's going to be so much fun. And then we've got some Jacquard. I love Jacquard because it holds its structure really well, and I want to see a lot more Jacquard in my winter wardrobe, especially for my winter capsule. And I decided to go for an orangey one just because it's a little bit more popping, and this has got flowers, which from afar it looks quite geometric, but it isn't. As you get in close, you can see that it's actually floral. And what I love about Jacquard is how you've got the texture, and again we come back to wanting to add texture into my sewing. And because it has like it's got a really good structure, Jacquard is perfect for like your A-line skirts or your pinafore dresses, or dresses that you really want to hold the architectural shape. And so this one is going to be a pinafore dress from Berda 10 2020. It's a 50 style dress, but I thought it would be fun to use a fabric like this that's not like a check or a tweed or a wool, and that would work really well. So the thing is, because the Jacquard is made out of multiple woven yarns, you do have floats, and those of you that also knit will know what these are. You do have some floats here. Although it's a very tight weave, you are in danger of catching this, so I have to line this as a matter of maintaining the structural integrity of the fabric itself, because you just catch one of those floats and it pulls everything through. But it is a gorgeous, gorgeous fabric. And it goes with my hat. Oh, by the way, I'm trying to wear hats now ever since Berda 10 2020 inspired me to try and get some more hats. But here we go. So my neighbor's got scaffolding and they're getting their roofing done. And I'm filming upstairs and I'm on the same level, and there's like a bunch of old guys kind of like looking at me from the scaffolding, wondering what I'm up to. I'm a bit self-conscious because of that. Okay, all right. Keeping up with more winter sewing and Better 10 2020. I know I can't shut up about that magazine, but that magazine is just banging. I expect that by the end of about 2 years or so, I'll probably have sewn everything that is in that issue at the rate at which I'm going. But I want to make the poncho. Loved the poncho, and that was something that I could see myself absolutely wearing. So I've got this check wool, and it's in brown, black, and white, which is suitable for outdoor wear. I was tempted to get a white, like a cream and black check, but despite appearances, I'm not very good at keeping myself clean. That sounds so wrong, but like, because I do the cooking and I do the gardening and things like that, I tend to accumulate a lot of, daily life sort of things, which is why I'm so scared of white. And despite the fact that I think a white and black check one would have just been so amazing, I was just like, there's no way I would be able to keep that clean. Whereas this one doesn't show up as much of the dirt. So this is a wool mix, which is what I like about it, because wool, it needs to be dry cleaned and all of that sort of stuff, and I need something that is quite easy here because I'm a bit of a low maintenance kind of person. But we have this, it's nice and thick. It will be like I've got a blanket, but it's cut in a shape that makes it look more stylish, and it's going to have the fringing, and I'm going to have the fringing, you know, it's just going to be so awesome. So I'm quite excited to get this done. Okay, and then the other thing that I'm doing at the moment is, can you tell I'm keeping hyper busy? The other thing that I'm doing is, with my husband, we're currently terraforming the garden. So I've got these ideas of creating kind of a secret garden type thing in my garden. So we're building like some retaining walls and terraces, and I've got like hundreds of spring bulbs and flowers that I want to plant out. So I've got a very strong idea of how I want to create this magical spring summer land, and it's all based on this the secret garden. So as part of that, I want to have dresses that are ready for when spring is ready. Yes, again, hyper focusing is how I deal with times of high stress and things like that. So part of that includes doing some more summer sewing, because I don't want a situation where I start sewing these garments to go with the garden in spring. I want them to be ready for when everything is flourishing and thriving through. And so part of that is cotton lawns. So I've got like tons of cotton lawns that I'm currently sewing up at the moment that are going to be ready for my spring summer 2021. But here we've got a Liberty Tanner lawn, which, by the way, Minerva have started selling Tanner lawns, which is absolutely awesome. I just spent hours just going through and looking at the fabrics, and I quite like this. It's a very simple ditzy print. I don't know what this is going to be. It could be a dress, it could be a top, but yeah, we have this one, right? And then we have this one, which actually is one half of a dress. Why is it one half of a dress? Okay, so it's pink. I love pink. It's got lilac blossoms. I've got 3 lilac trees that I absolutely love. Well, actually 4 if you count the California lilac. But I love this. It's so crisp and so light and so airy. And then when I got this, I was just going to make a simple dress. But then I saw it and I was instantly reminded of Stella Jean. And Stella Jean, she's this designer that does like these amazingly beautiful dresses. And there's this one summer dress that I absolutely love, where it's like one color on the front and another color on the back. And so I decided that this is going to be something like that. So I've had to go back and buy some more of the same fabric, but in the darker navy print, which I should be getting in 2 weeks or so, because they didn't have it in stock. So I have to wait for 2 weeks before I cut into this. But this is probably going to be like a Giselle maxi dress, but it's going to be pink on the front and navy on the back. That's how I'm kind of picturing it at the moment. But the whole thing with planning out the garden and the sewing together, apart from, you know, how I'm excited about weaving together my love of gardening with my love of sewing, but actually in terms of creating something that will go together, is that it gives me an excuse to continue on with summer sewing, even though it's no longer summer weather, because I tend to be a fair weather seamstress. I tend to sew according to the weather. So it's been fun actually being able to be like, oh, I'm sewing this so that it's going to be ready for spring, which is going to be so much fun. Okay, so we're at the 18 minutes mark now. We need to stop too much chatting. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. If you've stayed this far, I hope that you enjoyed the video, that you found it entertaining, informative, useful, or whatever. And if you have watched it for 18 minutes, then just click the like button. I really appreciate it. It helps the channel. If you haven't already, do subscribe. I put out sewing related content like literally every single week. And until I see you next time, guys, happy sewing, and remember, better sewn than perfect. So another thing that I quickly wanted to mention is that I now have a merch shop where I do have my very favorite sewing mantra that made a huge difference to how I approach my sewing, and that is that it's better sewn than perfect, because I would get stuck in this idea of trying to create the perfect thing. But you know what? Continuous improvement is better than perfection. And that's what this symbolizes for me. So the mugs are available in different colors. I also have tote bags and t-shirts and whatever. So if you're interested in finding the perfect gift, or you want some motivational stuff in your sewing room, then click to my Teesprings shop. I appreciate that very much. Thank you. Bye. Separately, I'm wearing my